and welcome to another episode of New Gameplay Today Live. I'm your host, Jeff Cork, joined today by Brian Shea.
Hey.
Matthew Kato.
Hello.
And Leo Vader.
I don't get a note? Wait, I don't get a note there? What's going on?
Nope, you get nothing. What are we looking at here, Kato and Brian Shea?
This is the new Madden NFL 20, and we're just firing up a game here. I'm the Texans, he's the Browns.
Yes.
So we're just going to look at everything. Gameplay, modes, we'll certainly field questions. People have questions, we'll give answers, and I'll give you the full deal.
Excellent.
So if the kick meter looked a little slow there, it's because I requested that we play on Pro because this is literally the first time I've touched this game. You've been playing for about a day now. But yeah, I have not touched this, so I requested Pro. Maybe I'll bump it up to All Pro because that seemed extremely slow, and that's why I messed up my kickoff. But
very interesting.
Very interesting
Excuses
stuff here.
already.
Watson on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected.
So we'll go a couple plays here. Then I want to show people the X Factor and Superstar stuff for these teams. So you can see them per team. There's a little icon there on. He's over on Garrett, over on the edge. But we'll go into a little bit of that more later. And obviously you can see the star under Deshaun Watson. We'll explain all that stuff here. Oh, almost.
Are the buttons mapped to your liking, Shea, or?
Well, I don't know.
Sure.
Like, I am honestly not sure what's going on with the defensive line stuff. Like, it's telling me to hit buttons to do power moves, and it says loss.
Yeah.
So I'm a little uncertain about how to play that part. But yes, other than that, it's fine.
Excellent.
So let's, while Brian composes himself there for a second, so here we come into the X Factors, and this will show you what the X Factor and the Superstar abilities are for each team here. So, for your DeAndre Hopkins, the double me there, that's the X Factor, which means that you have to meet a couple of criteria to get into that. So what is it? It's, see down in the bottom left-hand
Assassin's
corner.
Creed Odyssey.
Make 20-plus yard catches, 2 of them. He makes it, then he's in the he's in the zone, and he gets this double me X Factor sort of.
So wait, is that a quote directly about DeAndre Hopkins, or is that just like that archetype quote?
No, I think it's directly about DeAndre Hopkins.
Does every player have a quote that you've seen?
Yeah.
It was J.J. Watt's quote.
And it's this Madden ratings adjuster, really gets around, has opinions on all these players. So, and then under that says double me, and then under it says red zone threat, post flag, elite. Those are the passive superstar abilities. And obviously, you mentioned J.J. Watt. He's got these ones. And then down here, it's just, these are superstars. They don't go into the zone with prerequisites. They just have these passive abilities that are always on.
They don't get quotes?
I don't know. Was there a quote there? I'm not sure.
I don't know. You have to hit X in order to go in.
All right. Well, we'll come back to
check
that.
it
I'm
out
sure.
later.
Yeah. Let's keep playing here. So obviously, as we said, we're looking at Deshaun Watson. We're looking at Baker Mayfield when he gets onto the field. So these are obviously 2 pretty high-powered teams.
This
So,
is
they're expected to go pretty far this year.
The Browns completely retooled their offense, at least. Oh, boy. Oh!
I think you stepped out there. You were out
Totally
there. You didn't
did, yeah.
recover it.
Real great field awareness.
Although I think you got it. I'm
maybe,
gonna run a. Can I run a challenge here?
A booth review. Oh, no, it's locked.
Let's see here. Whoops,
No, because they auto-review those. Remember, like, any change of possession?
Is that new to this year?
No, that's been like 2 years now. Any
Yeah.
change of possession or any scoring
Let's
play
see
is
here.
reviewed.
Watch this.
Leo, we want to hear your
Covered out of
thoughts.
bounds.
Get in
Leo,
here.
what do you think happened here?
Oh, he's out of bounds. Okay, so I bet you. You know what? I bet you with Madden's challenge system, I bet you it won't even let me be able to challenge it. Watch this. Here we go. All right.
Textbook.
I'm going to go and try to challenge this.
You
and
can't.
Let's see if it lets me do it, which of course it won't. There's nothing to challenge.
Can you throw your clipboard like a
that's
frisbee?
unchanged from about the past 4 or 5 Maddens, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Well, we'll just have to live with that.
So you're pretty positive on this game, Kato?
Oh, I got to tell you, man.
All right.
You're still in the honeymoon period, too, only having spent a day with it, right, Kato?
Yeah, I spent a little over a day with it. I've tried all the modes. Certainly played a bunch of the gameplay, which I've had, I got to play it a little bit at E3 as well. So yeah, I mean, but it's still early. That's for
You
sure.
mean EA Play?
Yeah.
EA
sorry.
doesn't do
EA
E3.
Play at EA3 2019.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Play fake. Mayfield. He's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry.
Nice Jarvis
I'll take
Landry
it.
there.
Oh,
Reaching the 10-yard line.
so this game has trophy support.
32.
Ah,
Pretty cool.
finally a PlayStation game with trophy support. Look at this beautiful pass. There we go.
Oh, you're going right into the dog pound.
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big
Ah,
game.
what trophies do you have?
Now following the big play, they've got a
Really?
first and goal all
Participant.
the way down at the 10. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Aficionado.
Second and goal.
I like the call. Inside the red zone.
All right.
Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys
Do the announcers like freak out when you enter your special superstar mode, and like when you activate that? Do they say anything?
No, but there'll be like your icon under your player. It'll have a different color, and then there's actually a pre-play menu you can bring up. But I think maybe now because we're actually in head-to-head, it's not showing it all. You know, it's because I want to tip the hand to the other player. But
Yeah.
I'll see when I'm on offense here if I can take a look at it.
Oh,
No way.
I
Fumble
tried to
thing.
truck a little too early there.
You gotta lose that ball, man. You keep doing that. All right, what are you gonna do? Fourth down.
Yeah. What do you think I'm going to do?
one of the money routes for any offense.
Kick a field goal.
Field goal, sure.
Because the receiver can stop at any
Maybe.
point and make him
Field goal.
Oh man,
form-
this is actually a bad idea because of the,
the chip
kick
shot.
meter.
What could go wrong?
there. All the defenders
Noonan.
pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then
There you
So I'm
go.
actually a Ravens fan, but we decided they are not exciting enough this year
No
to
offense.
start off.
Yeah, need a little more juice.
And I refused to play as the Steelers. So I said, hey, the Browns have a lot of new players on their team.
Yeah, that's
Got Odell
certainly,
Beckham Jr.
yeah.
They already had Baker Mayfield from last year. Njoku is.
Did you throw
good.
to Beckham Jr.
I think I hit him in the red zone for a loss of 3.
To kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Yeah.
About
And a pretty good return.
You know,
Man.
one of the things I totally understand that there's certainly a lot of animations that you'll see that you'll good and bad that you may recognize. The feel, which I know sounds really such a sort of ephemeral or whatever thing to sort of talk about, is different, and I think that's one of the things that I really like about it. A lot of the open field running feels a bit tighter. So let me see if I can bring up. Okay, so bring up there in the corners, you can see for DeAndre Hopkins, it tells you his zone ability, which I'm 0 of 2 of getting in. And then for you, Myles Garrett, see over there, sack the QB, that'll bring in your
So I have to hit him twice.
your zone. Yeah, you hit it twice.
Okay.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson.
now, do you find having those things to strive for changes the way that you play?
Yeah,
Do you think it's in a good way or just kind of
both. I mean,
yeah.
sometimes you're like, okay,
Here we are.
I got to get one more pass, and I can, start up this the X factor. Or reverse, if you're like, holy moly, these guys are a lot of X factors, a lot of superstars. Maybe I have to avoid that other part of the field. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you just psych yourself out.
Yeah.
Because you always kind of worry about the balance. How
And then-
balanced is it? And there's some things you notice, like I've noticed some stiff arm abilities that kind of maybe seem a little overpowered, but there's some things that, like it doesn't necessarily change the game, like doesn't necessarily swing it,
Right.
super hard either. So which I think is good, because, you certainly don't want it to be like just stuff's, happening left and right. Every down in the game is some sort of crazy moment. It doesn't feel like that.
And are you talking specifically about like the goals that you set there? Are you like going
Yes.
out of your way to do it even if
Yeah.
it's detrimental to your play?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there are are you doing anything that's like not counterproductive but making you play in a
Well,
way that seems a little weird?
The career mode has actually done this for a while in the franchise mode where it's like, all right, get this player like 100 yards receiving or something. And it's like, so I find myself in the past years like going to that receiver too often.
Yeah.
And it is detrimental, but then it gives them experience boost for like leveling up their abilities if if you do that. So I think it's a kind of a give and take on that.
It's tough because like a lot of multiplayer games, like a shooter, for instance, will have you destroy 15 crates, and then you just find some idiot on your team who's not helping because they're just going through like that. I mean, it's obviously a different experience, but I just wonder if there's like a little element of that as well.
That's true. Well, there are no crates in this game.
Really?
Yeah, no crates on the field.
I'm going to hold you to that because I see it seems like it would be appropriate for this particular stadium. At least one crate somewhere.
It is a video game, so you're probably right. There probably is
It's a red barrel that you can shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Throw the football at a red barrel.
Explodes, killing half the team.
So let's see. Let me check the zone. I can't remember, what was it, like plus 20 to Hopkins, or try to get him to, maybe 2 catches over 20 yards to get his zone. I'm not sure if that activated or not. Let's see here. That was probably only like 15 yards here. So I press R2. So for DeAndre Hopkins to activate his double me, it's make 20 plus 2 yards, which was not the case there.
A first down carry now for Miller.
All right.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a second.
You're rolling now. Ha, the end of the quarter.
The old end of the quarter
The old end
trap.
of the quarter,
I fall for it every time.
Now you got to go the other way.
Oh, man.
As they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Burgers B says I was hoping for a Wolfenstein Youngblood stream. Sorry, but we do have a new gameplay today of that up right now on youtube.com/GameInformer.
Nice.
What else are we streaming, Leo?
So streaming Fire Emblem tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that game.
It will be fun.
Or else what?
Or else I'm coming for you, dude.
See, I don't know if you noticed it. Just there, it said on the run, and it gave me an accuracy thing. So that kind of tells you a lot of times the superstar abilities or even X factors, they come into play, for certain players, whether they're planted or whether they're on the run. Because even, some quarterbacks, they get an advantage when they're on the run. They do better. They have, their accuracy doesn't suffer. So that's kind of some indicators to tell you, what some of the situations are. And by the way, let's see Garrett over there at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like this. Oh, actually, they just ran because I think the play cause was going. But his X factor thing's lit up a little bit. So I think it tells you that he's approaching activating that X factor.
Yeah, he has to get 2 sacks in order to get his ultimate, for lack of a better word. So I've gotten 0.
Football throw.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God! Oh! Somebody, got to tell you, man. That's not a good teammate right there.
When you run a screen pass really well, you gotta
I thought blocking was important downfield, so that's what he was doing, is blocking you from continuing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Nobody likes to see that.
Yeah, what do you not
That
know
player
football,
should've
Kato?
I like to blame other people for my mistakes.
That's the best way to lead. Oh, boy.
I wasn't keeping track of the down and distance. All right, sorry.
Mhm.
So let's.
Oh, you're going to go for it.
goodness.
All right.
Matrix is now on YouTube, says stadiums are not that full anymore.
Yeah, are fans aging out of football? Is that like a thing?
I watch Overwatch now.
That's what they say, huh?
Yeah. Is it like golf? Like it's the sport that is doomed to be
I mean, I think
completely
the
dead?
NFL is still doing pretty well. It's really noticeable when you play MLB The Show and there's here's a game between the 2 worst temes in the middle of July, and it's just an overflowing stadium of people.
If you zoom in, they're all kids from the Y that they bust in, so it's fine.
Pretty big risk right there, going for it on 4th down, but hey,
Man, a pretty big risk, pretty big reward, if you ask me.
As long as I don't miss this extra point.
That kick meter is painfully slow.
I know. You really have to hold yourself and jamming it.
Patience is the highest virtue when it comes to kicking.
You got to have that ice flowing through your veins, right?
Do they still do? I mean, I don't know how much you've played in clutch situations, but do they still do that thing where if they ice the kicker, that like the meter actually goes away halfway through your swing.
Yep.
That's cool. I really like that.
And there are some.
Stop
I can't remember if it's a superstar or an X Factor ability, but there is a way actually for your kicker if they've got one of those abilities where that doesn't phase them.
I'm assuming Justin Tucker has that ability.
Never heard of him.
The only superstar remaining on the
enough.
Ravens.
All right.
Got to give
There you go,
some
Baker
sort of
Mayfield.
positive after
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Gunned down Grunt asks, "How's the run game?"
I think it's better. I think sometimes.
How about that for a demonstration?
It's broken.
Nick Chubb.
The run game is completely
That's fair enough.
out of balance.
Yeah, what was I saying there? You caught me mid-sentence there. I don't know what you think, Brian, and please.
Well, that sure felt good.
I bet you it did. I think, it just does feel a little bit tighter. I think there's sometimes when you're in the backfield where you'll still see, like if some guy comes in and is going to tackle you for a loss, sometimes that does feel like it's going to happen, you know what I'm saying? Like it feels kind of automatic in that sense when obviously the guy's right up in your face. So some of that stuff hasn't changed from previous years. I think, a lot of open field stuff. I think even navigating little creases along the line of scrimmage, I think feels a little tighter.
Oh,
Again,
man.
That's one of those things that can be kind of tough to, I say tighter. You're going to have to feel it a little bit, but I definitely think that, feels different. So.
Are there noticeable presentation upgrades? Like I'm seeing a few little things here and there, like the team introduction where two of my defensive backs were playing rock, paper, scissors when they introduced them, and then the D linemen were flexing or whatever. It was like things like that I noticed. But are there any other things you've noticed that really stick out?
I think some of the wipes are different. I think there was a first down we saw, or maybe it was even the dreaded end of the quarter. Where the wipe was a little different. I haven't seen anything that's super, super new. But
I don't think I recall seeing them the quarterback run out onto the field. Maybe we skipped it and having the kind of the camera follow them out onto the field in past years. I wonder if did they get rid of that or did we just skip that?
I can't remember.
Or did it show up and my brain is stupid and doesn't remember it?
Well, we'll leave that for the viewers to decide, I guess.
So these games take a long time to review, right, Kato?
Yeah.
Oh! I got to follow
up.
No! Because, Shea's doing really well. I think maybe he could review this one. You think?
I don't know. That's up to Joe, isn't it?
I don't know. I think we should give you a Battlefield promotion.
It's a Joseph Juba.
You're in charge, Shea. This is yours now.
Oh, boy. I reviewed Madden games back before I joined the Game Informer crew.
Well, now you've joined the Game Informer crew.
Yeah. See, like that one, the running back, I veered a little bit. I kind of drifted a little bit left, and then I kind of cut in. I didn't, pretty imperceptible cut, but I kind of cut in to wiggle in between to get a couple extra yards there. So that was one I just did with a stick. Didn't require any moves, but that definitely felt really good and felt responsive without being overly responsive like you're trying to.
Oh my God!
Like I was doing wild moves or specific inputs. It was more just moving with the left analog stick on that one.
They really have come a long way. I know people drive home the thing of oh, it's the same game every year, but the one point of that is how much can you really change a game based on a game that's not changing very much from year to year anyway?
I wonder that too.
But the other thing is I remember being in college and the big thing was hey, we have gang tackles now. More than one player can tackle another player at the same time, and it's they really have come a long way, even from the Xbox 360 days. Kato, comment?
Leo, we'll let you field this one.
Leo, go.
Yeah, it's tough to change the game every year, but you got to put one out every year.
I mean, it's in the game, they say, so, Run. Go, Leo, go.
Help.
I'm drowning.
Expand. I can't breathe.
Water's rising fast.
Andrew Martinez on Facebook misses Blitz the League too. Do you guys want to do one of that?
I just missed the NFL Blitz series in general, and I'm glad that Midway kind of kept the series alive even after they lost the NFL license. Oh!
No!
Yes! Just running in place. Yes. Yeah, I love the Blitz games. They started going a little off the rails with Blitz the League, but I still had fun with it.
I want a new Cyberball.
Do you?
Yeah. I'm a big dummy, so I like it. Just dumb it down as much as you can. I think Blitz the League was fun too, but
I liked in the first Blitz the League where like the star quarterback's thumb got stuck in the defender's helmet and the defender turned his head real hard and ripped his thumb off.
Yep.
That was fun. Can't do that in an NFL game. Have you never played Blitz the League, Leo?
Why would I have played Blitz the League?
Because it's just a real dumb, like, the NFL won't let us make this game, so we're going to make a game without NFL players, except for Lawrence Taylor for some reason.
yeah, we smoke drugs and do bad things.
Yeah, like there's like a story that's based around like all the players being on drugs. Oh boy. And like, yeah, like I think in order to help a player recover, you can like give them steroids, like inject them to make them like recover from injuries faster, and like cut scenes where players are ripping each other's thumbs off apparently.
Yeah. There was good stuff.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat of NFL.
Well, I mean, it was Midway, so might as well have been. Oh, he's open. No, what are you doing?
That was close.
Heavy pressure. That's why he was inaccurate. Inaccurate Baker.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
What was the ref thinking with that? Come on.
Thank you for your contribution, Leo. I appreciate you trying.
I'm just saying things I remember hearing my parents saying watching football while I was playing Tony Hawk.
Hell yeah. Too cool for school.
That's right, a real sport.
Oh my God, he did it.
There was probably like a 90% chance I would have fumbled that
Oh,
call.
100%. That's why I just tried to.
Man.
I did the hit stick as hard as I could.
I was trying to time that. I'm like, I think I could pull off a spin here, but we'll see.
I've done that before and online, and it was the most satisfying touchdown I've ever scored in my life because he was like, I drew him over to the corner. It wasn't right as I received it. I just drew him over to the corner, and he was going in to tackle me, and I could tell he was going to truck me, and I just spun out of it and ran it for like 65 yards for a touchdown.
So when you play online against like strangers, what percentage of games that you're winning are you able to successfully complete? Do people just rage quit all the time?
If you're blowing them out, probably.
I'm not super good online, so I would say you might ask me, have I ever rage quit on somebody? The answer is no. If you ever play me, I
Kato's a
will
good
play
citizen.
to the end. You can rack up those yards, rack up those points on me.
That's why we call you the gentleman.
Ooh.
The gaming gentleman.
Gaming gentleman. It's kind of
That
his
was your
brand.
name back when they still did nicknames instead of bylines, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Matt, the gaming gentleman Kato.
Yes.
What does this game have as far as surprise mechanics?
Ooh.
Microtransactions in general.
Well, you may be surprised that these X factors.
No, we must clarify that the X factors are not related to any surprise mechanics. But we will go into Ultimate Team later on this stream, so that's
Keep rhyming. Keep
plenty
rhyming.
of surprises there.
And you promised to spend 1,000 of your own dollars in the store, which I thought was very cool.
And it's all going to charity somehow.
I see, yeah.
I don't know, the EA Foundation
Yeah.
or whatnot. Who cares?
Are we live? Are we live? All right.
But
Wait, I'm going to call a timeout because in all this gabbing here, we got 10 seconds left. Look at that new wipe screen. Look at that.
Beautiful. Jinx.
Me and Shea just made
We
great eye
made
contact.
really weird, awkward eye contact from across the studio.
I don't believe it.
Check the tape.
Are microtransactions live right now or not till it launches?
They are right now. It's in EA Access, and
I
also so there's some early access to there, and there's a bunch of different versions of this game.
So people can play this right now if they have EA's premium
fuck.
service, whatever that is?
Yes, I believe it's like a 10-hour countdown. You can play your fill, and then from there, it'll just carry things over.
This
for
comes
you.
out next Friday.
Comes out August 2nd.
So Friday, yeah, a week from tomorrow.
Friday, yeah. Yeah, I was looking downfield. And by the way, I think, if anybody, some of the people are asking before in terms of
Sheldon.
some of the stuff that we may or may not, look different, feel different. I think a lot of the windups for the passing, long bombs like that. Like I was waiting for the guy. He was at about like the 10-yard line. 15, I was going to let it go. that kind of a windup you'll notice more, and it does depend a little bit on the QB. Some will have quicker windups than others, but I think it's something you're going to have to get used to for a lot of those long bombs. You're going to have to add in a little extra time for your release.
So, Kato, why did you choose the Houston Texans?
Well, of course, Deshaun Watson. I tried on that one play to get out of the pocket. Well, I got out of the pocket and I ran. I just happened to get blasted and fumbled it. Certainly DeAndre Hopkins, J.J. Watt, just to kind of check some of the stars.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no...
well, you're a noted
timeout.
Houston Texans fan.
I have no affiliation, or actually, I don't have much of an opinion on the Texans. I mean,
He's above it all, is what he's trying to say.
J.J. Watt seems
Again,
like a good
the
guy.
gentleman.
I didn't say that. I didn't say.
Doesn't
I
he
have
do a
no
lot of
idea.
didn't he do a lot of charity work when Houston was hit with that awful hurricane?
Oh, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he's a perfectly fine guy. Actually, I have no idea. These days, oh man.
Oh!
I'm not going to. These
Michael
days,
Jackson on him, dude. Nice.
I'm not going to make any assumptions about who's
That was
what, because
Joker.
you never know.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting
Hey, skip that replay.
I know. I
Interesting.
should have let it play.
Oh, sorry. Is that
Or was
me
it you? I don't
I
know. Out of habit, I just assume I'm skipping all the replays.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
There's a lot of he's and they's in the commentary.
Well, yeah.
I expect fully voiced with every character by name.
Every single player
Yeah.
for every single sentence.
We call them characters in the biz.
Oh boy.
Nicely done.
So it says heavy pressure inaccurate on the bottom.
If there had been a guy there, that would have been a perfect pass.
Yeah.
Well,
Hold
the
on, was
camera
there,
guy was on the side.
I like how he did not even flinch. He was just pretending it did not happen.
So it said
Just
you were
like-
under heavy pressure on that one. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he was coming for a.
Also, I was hit as I was releasing, basically.
Would you say it's like a
Then the
high-stakes
buttons are
chess
weird.
match right now?
I didn't say that. Buttons are perfect.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that
Zangmaster wants to know what's the best sports game ever made.
before actually making one,
I don't know. I'm personally, I don't get super. What's the word?
Excited.
I don't
Happy.
get super. What's the word?
Jovial.
Nostalgia. Nostalgic, for
Yeah,
like
yeah,
old
yeah.
games. Obviously, a lot of people love.
NHL 94.
That, or certainly 2K5. NFL 2K5 and stuff.
2K5 was great in its
2K5,
time.
2K.
Going back to it now is a little rough.
Yeah, so I guess my point being is that, I don't play, a lot of older sports games. I certainly played a lot of them through the years and stuff, but I don't know. What about you, Brian?
I really like NBA Street Volume 2.
Yeah.
NBA Jam Tournament Edition
Oh,
is also
man,
very
I was
good.
in there.
I liked, what was it, Madden 09? No, I liked,
Who was on the cover?
no, it was Madden 2005. So the same year 2K5 came out, I really enjoyed that. I mean, I played both of those games constantly when they were, it's hard when there were two games that had different controls and different physics and everything. But I bounced back and forth between those two because that was the one that introduced the hit sticks. It had Ray
Sure.
Lewis on the cover.
That's why you like it.
Yeah, I did like that too.
Yeah, there's
Um,
some love for NFL 2K5.
2K5
Yes.
is obviously was awesome, and it kind of sucks that they can't make a game anymore because EA has the exclusivity. I like the NFL Blitz games, but not as much as I like the NBA Jam games in terms of the arcade sports. I think NBA Street Volume 2 might be my favorite arcade style sports game. Oh man, it's a sea of brown. It's like a sewer.
Zangmaster says it's NBA Jam.
Okay.
It's
I didn't know that was a
Kart-
right answer.
Is Mario Kart a sports game?
No. I say racing is a separate genre than sports.
Not
Rocket
a sport,
League.
though, huh?
Yeah,
Rocket League is
Rocket
sports.
League.
Yeah.
Rocket League sports, yeah. I would say that racing is a different genre.
Really?
Yeah. Like Kato, when people ask what's your beat at Game Informer, at events, I'm I'm pretty generalist, but people Kato has racing and sports.
Well, that's what you say.
That's what I say. I would. That's what I
Yeah,
say.
so that's evidence for his argument. 'Cause that's what he says.
Yeah, that's what I literally said. I say
Uh-huh,
racing and sports are two separate genres.
Very
Hey,
interesting.
chat, what do you think?
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat.
They're two different genres.
It's gonna light the chat on
Shay
fire.
yes or hashtag Shay no.
Which one? Yeah. What does that mean?
So if the drivers got out and ran in a circle, would that be a sport?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the
Oh, no.
introduction of equipment is
Oh.
what makes it not a sport?
The introduction of sitting around.
Okay.
Oh, surprised you didn't fumble that thing.
Yeah. I think the fact that the car is doing all the work.
Ooh, Slim says Fight Night.
Fight Night round 3 was very good.
Oh, Fight Night Champions, right?
Champion was
Champion's
also
got
very
the
good.
Story.
I'm should be no surprise if you follow me on any social media, but I prefer the UFC games, but that's just because I prefer UFC over boxing in general.
So Leo, then what about Skate?
Oh, yeah.
That's a very good one. Tony Hawk 2 would
those
also be up
sports
there.
games?
Well,
Yes.
They're called action sports.
Yeah,
at
I
the
think
Xbox.
those
100%.
I think, for those for us, that's a little different, I think. But I mean, Skate is just,
Well, skateboard is
That's
just
skating.
a car without an engine, and you stand on top of
Alright,
it. And
alright.
You're right. It takes no physical ability to skateboard.
All right, one of the things that I'm just going to show a little instant replay here that is definitely different, and people will. Okay, I've got to wait for the play to come up to do the replay. Wait, that people will notice is, so I put the ball in, dropped the ball in behind the linebacker here. Now, in a lot of previous years, you could have, it's a little off. It's not directly above him, but there's a lot of good chance that he might have leaped up. The linebacker would have leaped up, deflected that, or even straight up intercepted it. And
But in this, he's like a little
Yeah.
bit more concerned about just tracking the ball and trying to get to the receiver.
yeah, now there are DBs who can do that, certainly. So if it was like you were in a dime or something, you could do that.
So it's
And
only like the elite of the elite
and I
can do that.
believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe that for a linebacker to get up and do something like that, it requires, like, I think either an X factor or a superstar. So you're not going to see it from just a lot of linebackers. Before, yeah, that would have been deflected, if maybe not even picked off last year. So.
Like the throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because
Yeah, it did happen quite frequently in past games.
receivers do the same thing.
Robert Sanford on Facebook wants to know what you think the biggest change is from last year.
The biggest change. Well, excuse me. They've added the QB1 it's kind of called Face of the Franchise mode. Franchise mode, which we'll look at, which is a new mode which kind of takes connected franchise. So that's like, your contract, a lot of your kind of career stuff, and it merges it with the Be a Pro. Now you can still play your connected franchise just as a player, but this is like adds a little bit of story. Not quite the long shot level, but it does have, cut scenes, and you do little dialogue options and stuff. So it merges kind of like the NBA 2K series does, where it merges, you as your career as one player with, some other elements to the side. It's not, not nearly as in depth as NBA's, but it's kind of an attempt at, oh, shoot.
Oh my
attempt at
God!
that.
Yeah, you're right. My guy did not jump up to deflect that at all.
As soon as I let that go, I was like, oh, that's a bad idea.
And my guy just said, "Yeah, that was a really good pass. Good job,
No.
man." Look, he just watches it go over his head. Every single time I've looked over, and you're doing like the face of the franchise, it looks like a mix between what we see in NBA 2K and MLB The Show, where it is like you're kind of like you have like a menu and you can choose how you want to like respond to certain things.
Yes, yeah,
Or-
and there's like team morale involved. I think, you mentioned MLB The Show. That's another one who does it. Again, probably not to the degree that NBA does it, but at least gives us something, a little different to do if you don't want to be messing around with like the coach, GM kind of stuff.
By the way, and speaking of those two
I tried to
franchises,
spin out of you.
I think those two franchises are also worthy of being mentioned in like the greatest sports games of all time. Both those are pretty consistently great. I know we didn't really care for MLB The Show last year, but this year it was a great entry. NBA 2K is consistently awesome, even if they kind of get muddied in the microtransactions, especially in like the career mode. But the gameplay on both those series are super solid, and I think in terms of like modern sports games, those are the best.
Jason Ward has a very important question. Are there real halftime shows in Madden 20 or just highlights?
They're highlights.
I do like that about 2K, by the way, is the fact that like they literally have like Shaquille O'Neal and like the whole what's the show? It's like the
Lakers
TNT
play a
crew, right?
game.
Yeah.
It's like the TNT crew, but they don't say, "Hey, we're on TNT." Oh boy.
Did you get in? Oh. Thanks for not dropping that, bud. Thanks.
Oh.
Hey, look out. Give me a hand here.
Hey, shoulder rides.
I'm doing a bad job of getting DeAndre Hopkins involved to trigger that X factor. Maybe I'll have to try to do that.
Man, just get in his face. Whoa. Going after the kicker.
Gotta send a message, man. It's fear and
Like
intimidation.
I get like going after the quarterback, but like the kicker?
Yeah, you go after the toughest guy. It's like a classic prison
like
rule.
prison.
move.
Go to the smallest guy on the field and put your hands in his face. We're going to take this out. Of course we are.
Oh, dear.
That probably didn't feel great.
Kyle Hilliard.
There we go. There's
There
the
goes,
camera I was talking about. Like Kyle Hilliard.
Yeah, Hilliard.
Oh. I thought he was in the chat or something. He's excited.
We finally get to see Kyle Hilliard. Wow.
That wasn't Kyle Hilliard. There wasn't nearly enough hair.
It's tucked into his helmet.
There's not enough helmet in the world to contain that hair.
That's true. Sam Rob Snow wants to know what's the most football food.
Buffalo
football
wings? That's up there, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Big thing of nachos, right?
Nachos, that was-
gotta be-
what about like just something simple like chips and salsa?
Yeah, that's a good one. And beer, right, guys?
Hell yeah.
Just a
And
glass of
not
that.
my wife around.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is guy time.
Just escape to my man cave.
Yes.
Haberdashery Jones very snarkily says, "Hey, it's the new microtransaction simulator." I assure you, these microtransactions are very real.
Yeah. They're macro transactions this time.
Oh,
Yeah, you have to pay $60.
Yes.
Got some pizza fans in the chat.
Yeah, pizza's a good one. A staple of any thing that you're watching on TV. The perfect companion.
Isn't there a place near our office that does a football-shaped pizza?
Is there?
Yeah,
it's called. Well, I think they renamed the store now.
Yeah.
It's like it might be football pizza
Yeah,
or something.
I think it's called football
I
pizza.
think it's
You're
called
right.
football
There-
pizza, which
there is
I
a-
just
I
is
can't
just
believe it.
embarrassing that they're just like. I mean, that was a decent place,
Yeah.
regardless of footballs, regardless of pizzas.
So I remember making fun of it, like, wow, this place is just called Football Pizza. And Kato was like, yeah, it used to be called something else. And they just outright went with it.
Yeah, NFL's going to
Brandon.
Oh,
shut
that was
down.
bad.
Oh, I
We got to
totally
call
messed
it
that up.
the Big Game Pizza.
Didn't realize that big game hunters were just
Yep. It's actually, they wanted to call
hunting
themselves,
unlicensed Super Bowls.
They wanted to call them, Super Bowl hunters. Nope.
Brendan Quinn says, anabolic steroids. Best football food.
You eat those? Yeah, I guess. Sure.
What's your body
If you had
craves?
unlimited money, do you ever hit like a hard limit on these microtransactions in any of the EA Sports games where it's just like
They'll let you-
have
they'll-
you have everything?
Well, they're going to
You're
cut
done?
you off. Oh, I thought you were asking if like they would cut you off out of the goodness of out of their own hearts.
No,
but,
no. Is there like you have every card? There's nothing else to buy. Please go home, or can you? Just,
Oh!
No way. No. Because they're always releasing new sets and new, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Thanks for asking him a very tough
Yeah.
question while I was trying to pull off a fake punt.
You're welcome.
I see how it is, the two of you over there.
The
on
old
that
1-2
side.
combo.
Yeah.
You know, me and Brian Shea always working together.
Always collaborating behind
Yep.
the scenes.
Actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of surprise and
Yeah.
just a strong belief in, hey, we're going to get it done.
Michael Deeker says, not buying now after that fake punt throw.
As this game moves along.
Not buying what?
The game.
Oh, I see.
Oh man, that's
Oh, 2-minute warning.
oh man, this is a nail biter.
During the season,
Oh, plenty of time, yeah.
I didn't even realize what the score was.
So are we going to watch what passes for a halftime show these days?
No, this is the end of the game.
Yeah, fourth quarter, baby.
I'm not really paying attention to quarters, so I'd like to apologize.
Oh, you thought I was going to stop?
Why don't we do a halftime show at the halfway point of the stream?
I mean, we're coming up on that, right? We
Yeah.
got 5
All
minutes
right.
to the half.
All right.
Okay, what are we going to do, guys?
She's going to dance.
Shay's going to dance.
You heard it.
I don't know about that.
We'll see.
Well, you're outvoted, so.
Yeah.
Oh, get in there. Yes.
What was that?
Just got blasted out a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to solve this
That
game
team
away.
did it.
I think one of my kids just
That other team did not like it.
that's a hot take. That's what we call a hot take in the biz.
They should just have a thing. What a good job.
Yeah.
That was not a good job.
That move paid off with points.
You know, sometimes you take a risk and it pays off. Other times you don't. So
Absolutely.
That way you can play it on whether it paid off or not.
Those guys know how to play.
when you get a chance to call it.
Does Mr. Madden make an appearance here?
Oh, no. He's been out for like
But I mean, you never know. Maybe he
15
returns.
years.
He's
right?
not like,
Yeah.
well, he's in Ultimate Team. You can get him as a coach in Ultimate Team.
But you don't get him to be like a commentator.
No, I mean he's not.
They
Yeah.
should have that as like, do you think people would buy DLC having John Madden just say like boom every once in a while?
Not. That's not the kind of surprise mechanism that makes people
Well, it's not a
feel
surprise then.
sense of accomplishment. or
You could
anything
like
that.
download his commentary one word at a time. Like, what word am I gonna get?
There you go. That's true.
Boom is like the gold
A
foil.
literal
Yeah,
Madden
yeah.
loot box.
That.
Oh, a common the, damn it.
This is. Yeah, oh, that wasn't a great idea.
They need to reboot John Madden.
They really should.
He needs to be young and hot.
Oh my
Oh.
God. Let's celebrate with the team. Here we go. I'm going to pray. Oh, wait, no, we're burying a baby or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
What was that?
Oh, what was that?
The baby is buried. We did it.
That seems like poor sportsmanship, right?
That's why I did that. Like, I chose to celebrate poorly.
Reinforced.
That's what you get when you try to force it over to your.
Yeah,
star
there's the answer to your
receiver.
question right there, Jeff Cork.
Now the lead moves to 17. A heck of a play there defensively.
All right.
Getting the interception.
Oh,
Navigating
all right.
the end zone for the touchdown.
Let's see what happens here.
Obviously, I'm going to recover. What else would happen here?
It's going that way. Well, there we go.
Who led me on the field?
Yeah.
Help.
That drives coaches insane, doesn't it?
I cannot find my car.
Has anybody seen my keys?
Position for him here as they come up
All right, well.
10.
you
So
know,
right now they should start showing like people leaving.
I remember,
stadium, right?
Speaking of very good old sports games,
Yeah.
I think Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run
Uh-huh.
on Nintendo 64, if it was like a blowout, you'd hear the announcer say, the fans are going home, and you would see like the dots in the crowd, which, because it was an N64 game,
Yeah.
they would just slowly start disappearing.
That's perfect. You should see like
Awesome.
people just going on those aisles, just a steady
the thing is
stream.
they're-
Like we're done.
They used to do that, I feel like. Like they would have like a cutscene. It wouldn't be like the crowd would get any like thinner, but you would see a cutscene where like people would just be leaving in like, and you hear the commentary be like, oh yeah, the home crowd's not liking this game.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the home team is winning here, so the crowd would want to stick around for the celebrations.
Yeah.
Gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
I don't know, man. It's anybody's game.
I know. You play to the end, man.
Like you said, you don't rage quit.
They could show maybe like Texas fans zipping up their coats, over
Putting a bag over their head.
Yeah.
Changing their jersey to a Browns jersey so they don't get beat up on the way out.
Exactly.
So what does Bill Belichick look like in this game? I feel like it's different every time, right?
No, they've used actually.
What's his
they've used
name?
the same actor, Griffin Murphy, I believe.
Griffin
is it?
Murphy.
I did a thing on it where I interviewed the guy that they use, which is like.
What? I missed this
Yeah,
one.
he is like a producer, a longtime producer, which
Well, that's
he may have moved
poignant.
on now. But anyway, it's a guy at EA, internal EA. But I don't know what he looks like this year.
I like that
think
they
it's the
they
same.
wanted to do this big close up of the Gatorade logo for like product placement, but then it's all blurry and pixelated.
It looks like a
people
funeral.
down front.
We should have just retextured that if we're going to do this close-up shot.
Yeah.
All right, so let's.
So what do we want to look at
Yeah,
now?
we want to go to. Should we go into? We can go into Ultimate Team. We can go into QB1.
Let us know in the chat.
Shea needs to dance real quick for the halftime show.
Oh, it
we're
is the
supposed to
halftime.
dance.
Do we have music?
No, don't be ridiculous.
Yeah. What are
Oh,
you
wait, we have
talking
music
about?
on the thing.
Yeah.
Dance.
Yeah.
It is
Dance
what
to
it
the
is.
thing.
What?
Stand up, of course.
Oh, I can't. My legs are both broken.
Oh well,
Oh.
that'll happen.
That was a grueling game of football.
An
Yeah.
underwhelming halftime show at this year's Super Bowl.
It's not the Super Bowl. It's the big game.
All right, so
I don't want to get sued.
Let's
I wanna
go
get sued.
into.
I'm sorry.
So what are we going to go into next?
that X Factor database.
Yeah, let's go
It
to
looks
that.
like a Kleenex package.
Yeah.
The design of that little box. Whatever.
Yeah, this, kind of like the other screens. Basically, just you can go through and you can see what everybody is. So what are we doing? We're gonna do Ultimate Team. We're gonna do QB1.
Joey the Gator wants to see Ultimate Team.
Ultimate
All right.
Team it is. We'll go to
Ultimate
QB1
Team.
after this.
All right, so I've started this. I'm already a little bit well into it, and so a lot of the things that's new this year is kind of the flow. So like these missions, it's kind of a way to, I guess steer to different content. It does make it a little simpler. So like
Play
this,
Tetris, apparently.
this Welcome to Ultimate Team obviously is the intro, sort of sequence, and you can go in, and let's say you want to check out NFL Epics.
Jeff Cork,
so you
how do you
click into here, and to get the stars for the NFL Epics, it's gonna bring you to play challenges. So it's kind of a way just to streamline you into some of the things that you want to see.
How do you feel, Jeff Cork, about in-game achievements that give you a percentage complete?
Oh, that's
meter?
the best.
It's great,
I
right?
I love it.
So here's like an EA-Access one. If we go in, obviously we're going to.
It was like
Play some
Orange
challenges
Box.
to
Was
earn
like one of
some
the first
stars.
that did that, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was.
Check the tape.
So
Who
this
knows?
is kind of like a gauntlet.
There's
so
no way of finding out.
as you can see, I've already did the Browns ones. If I go into the Packers ones, the Packer one, I can go in here. New this year, you can change the difficulty. So hard will give me 3 stars if I beat it. See the rewards down there. There's the 3 stars. And those stars not only get you whatever the coin rewards are for this particular challenge, but they also go into like a larger star sort of progression curve, so that if I come out and you go into like not series progression, you go into some of this stuff. This is going to show it's going to feed into these like larger, longer progression loops. So some of this stuff might be career stats, and so basically the stars are going to dump you out and give you a better level, which then of course gives you all these like packs and all this kind of stuff. So basically it's like just layering on different progression systems, so that to try to make you feel that you're always getting something, whether it be stars for that challenge, whether it be because you did difficulty, or also just bringing up your MUT level, which is in the upper right-hand corner
Can you
there.
go back into that menu?
The MUT dedication.
I
one?
think that wherever you just were. Go down. There was something that was like less than or equal to X. And it's weird because they use the Excel version of less than or equal to, where it's the less than and then the equal to sign instead of just the universally accepted equal sign merged underneath. It was weird.
It's for all the Excel
Sure.
heads out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Excel trivia for you.
Yeah. So I know you want to let's go and
Do a
do
good
one
one.
of these here. So Rush Clinic gets 70 yards. We'll do that on. You want to do that in medium?
Medium. All right.
We'll do it on medium.
Also, worth noting that is this one of the first EA Access games on PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
It
You
just
could
started,
probably say
right?
that actually they probably timed it right, so that because I think
It was
just
Xbox One
started, yeah.
exclusive for a long time there,
Yeah.
or like I guess you can get it on PC as well through
Right.
EA Origin, but like it was not on PS4 for several years.
Yeah.
And now it's finally here, and apparently people are
All right,
disappointed
so
that it doesn't have all the.
challenge is
Wow,
laid
that's
out.
very loud. The people were disappointed that the catalog's
Solo
not
challenge,
that big.
Madden Ultimate Team
Oh, here we go.
Hey.
I don't even remember what I'm supposed to do.
Maybe this
So-
will jog your memory.
I believe, you're running for 70 yards in this drive.
Oh,
Whoa,
Gurley.
There you go, Gurley.
Oh! Gurley!
Nice.
I want to play a version of this game where I'm strong enough to just throw everybody to the side who tries and tackles me.
You play as like a 30-foot tall guy, maybe?
Yeah, you just play as the Hulk. Is that a lot to ask?
No.
To be able to leap to the end zone
From here?
from here, yeah.
And do you do like a ground slam at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I got that user juke, though, allegedly.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I think that's our cue to talk. If we don't want any weird, awkward silences. He's going to blast us.
I'm just respecting the commentators. They're doing so much hard work.
There you go.
True.
7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take.
To slow him down.
12 yards there and a first down.
Randall Cromer seems to think the AI is better this time around. Do you feel like that's true? Or is it too early to say?
Well, I guess you could ask him is he asking any particular way in terms of I guess just smarter on the field, play to play. I guess ask a nice follow-up question about if anything in particular he means about the AI.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Go.
Expand on that. Randall.
I mean, some of the franchise games I've played, I think the stats
No
for
run
the
plays,
for
that's
the
helpful.
AI QBs are about the same in terms of in previous years. They don't always take a lot of shots downfield and stuff. You can see even some good QBs maybe put up some pretty low-level stat lines. I think that's so far it feels like that's similar, but still have to play a lot more, obviously, to check that out for sure. You gotta run, man, right? Run.
I know. I couldn't pass or I couldn't run on that last one based on
was
the
it
coach.
third?
Yeah, it was 3rd and 7, I think. That's why I went out of bounds after that they're
There you
roasting
go.
me on. All right,
All
we're
right.
getting there.
Just FYI, it's coming up on the 2-minute warnings. You probably won't run out of time, but
Oh boy, the motion's not going to let me get a
No.
snap off, is it? Nope.
This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the
a
ground.
lot of stadium shots.
Secure a victory.
I'm getting the
Hey, your
Throwing
tax
around
dollars
for
paid
money.
for it.
Might as well admire the majesty.
I mean, we can't afford to go in, but it's nice to see it. I hope you like it.
It's nice to not
the
be able to see
stadium-
anything else but it.
The stadium's for everybody, Jeff. It's just mine as much as it is yours.
You're right.
Whoa! He's just spinning and spinning.
Artificial surface, you see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Great play by the defense. Oh, I went the wrong way on that one.
So what do you have? 57. So you have 13, 4th and 7. Just call timeout. Run a pass play, get it, and then you'll have plenty of time to get the rest of the yards.
Yep.
They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Oh boy.
The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not.
So what's the purpose of a timeout in this
Tightened it up, didn't they?
context?
Got themselves
I mean, we just don't want the time to run out of the game.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it'll
I mean, we're winning, so
Oh, just while you pick the play.
it's just he's got to get 70 yards on this drive, but obviously the game can't end, so we just need to maximize. There you go, nice job.
okay.
Maximize.
Yeah, because I have a goal of getting 75 yards of running.
Yeah. That's
I don't
just
even know
a
if I can get that
bite-sized
anymore
goal.
because I might have gotten too much on that pass.
Kidding me? You have to run.
run out of
You
yards?
gotta use some. You gotta lose some yards
I
now.
got a QB
don't-
meal a few
What
yards.
do you do? Don't go by.
Oh no,
with the-
I have it. I have enough
Do you?
space, I think. Oh boy.
There you
Oh,
go.
hopefully.
There you go.
Hopefully I had enough space. Yay.
Hold on, let's check with the ref.
Told me to pat myself on the back.
Very nice.
There you,
know,
go. Have
one
the
of the-
sticks back.
One of the things that you would see there, but it just wasn't in this particular case. So if you're going in a string of challenges, let's say you're all doing all these past challenges, new this year, and this sounds really small, but if anybody who's played Ultimate Team is going to love this, you can just go from that end game menu. You can go right into the next challenge. You don't have to go all the way back out to the main menu. You can just literally, as long as it's in that silo of challenges you're
Gotcha.
doing, you can just keep going, knocking them, keep going, knocking them down.
So how much did they blow it by not putting John Madden's face like it's George Washington on the coins?
Yeah,
There you go.
quite a lot.
Oh, we get a nice. Again, this is just by leveling up, you're going to get these rewards. And there's like a chart you can see what they are, but we'll get a nice coin quick sell reward here.
John Wick style coin system.
Mm-hmm.
For football players. Can we check out that sweet in-game store?
The sweet in-game store. Yes, we can. All right. So... go through my... we got to go through...
They really hide it.
all right.
Oh, you want to spend money? I guess.
You really want to?
Now, how come it's...
You also have 3 notifications, Kato. You're falling apart.
Here, let me see.
Gotta get that down to inbox 0.
Yeah.
Wait, we're in challenges. We want to go out to the menu. Sorry, we need to go out to the other menu. Sorry about that. It's back out here. Keeps teasing it, but then it keeps bringing us back here.
Keep teasing how you can spend money, but they won't let you.
Yeah. All right.
I get this
So
money.
we want to go into the store, right? So get more packs. So trophies up there. That's a currency that's it's just kind of a new currency this year, but it replaces an old one, so it's sort of not really new. Training is old. That's for powering up players, which is a certain kind of card. Points obviously is the real money currency, and then coins are what you earn just for what you do here. So this is the featured. A lot of this is the same as last year in terms of like this tabs up there, the featured special offers and whatnot. So some of these, like this one, can only be bought with the points. Some of these can be bought with both. And so a lot of these that are the same. These special offers, says there's a level 11. So basically those only open up when you get to the requisite level, and then that's giving you the privilege of then spending coins on it.
Right.
So let's go and do this one.
Because you said $1,000, so let's go. It's going to be one hell of a ride.
So what was the first EA Sports game to have Ultimate Team? Do you remember?
I think was it Madden or was it FIFA? I'm not sure. So we're going to get our pick.
Can you do some reactions real quick, Kato? Just
Yeah.
like go whoa
Really
or
amplify
whatever.
it.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're seeing you're seeing my reaction. There's a reaction. So yeah, this is a level 11 offensive pack. So obviously we can choose whichever one we want here.
Really
Card
built the
art,
suspense
blah,
with
blah, blah.
that.
Yeah, exactly. So honestly, I'd have to look at my roster to see which one I really should pick.
They're not all the same.
Well, it's which position
Different
do I need
positions
the most
at 80
at?
rank,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
80 rating.
So I don't know which. I don't know. I hate to leave it up to you guys.
Well,
I'm
wait,
not
so
gonna
you
lie
had
to
you had
but,
Matt Ryan and Todd Gurley, right?
Yeah.
Are they both pretty high rated versions?
Not 80. I mean, 80 right now is just a pretty good card.
I mean, how about Jordan Reed? Are his injury
I don't know.
stats the same as
Tight
real
ends,
life?
I don't. I use tight ends, but maybe
What
not
about
super
Pouncey?
amount,
You can always use some
I
protection.
would just say, yeah, like I might go actually attack. Might go somewhere on the line.
Cam Newton.
Really putting it on the line,
yeah.
huh?
Well,
Eh?
let's compare him. Let's see here who we got.
Eh?
The yard line,
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
is.
Hey.
Let's
Sure.
do
Let's
that.
talk, Leo. Come on, join us.
I'm gonna make a snap. and see.
Leo, make
Yeah,
a
let's do
sports
that.
joke.
Why did the why did the baseball player run to first base?
Why?
It's simply what is done.
Very good.
Randall expands on his AI opinion. He says it seems like the plays the other teams call are better, and the action is a little closer to what happens in real life. It seems like it's a little more difficult to just wing it like in past games.
I don't know. I mean, it's tough because we're playing each other in terms of what I played.
I mean, it was recommending me good plays on defense when I was doing the coach suggestions.
In terms of what I played, also just against the AI. Again, I think some of the stat lines for like when you're going against AI QBs, I think that's a little similar. But I mean, I would say you do notice the superstar stuff in the terms of like if the AI's got pretty decent running back or it's got somebody with somebody on the defensive side of the ball. You can definitely notice those guys. So like I think that they'll play to those strengths. But in terms of, I guess, some of the subtleties of the AI behavior, I think, probably take a little bit more time to weed out some of that. But I think a lot of it is somewhat similar. But Yeah, I don't know if Randall's got anything else to follow up with as well. Certainly, we can keep going on that.
Nope.
So again, these are a lot of the same things.
Is there anything here
but
that you are excited for, that you're saving up for
in this particular mode?
in the store? Like,
In
is
the
there anything that
store,
appeals to you?
I like to. I mean, obviously, I'll buy all those level ones once I unlock them. Sometimes, you know, I don't. I like to spend a lot of my coins in the auction house to get specific players, because a lot of times the pack luck, you know, that's what it is. It could be good, it could be bad. A lot of times I get this, you know, just because it's like, it's just nice to. It sounds dumb, but it's nice to open 5 packs and hope you hit on something, I guess. And this one, you know, again, spending coins on packs is never really a cost-effective deal. I like to go after deals for specific players and stuff. I don't spend a lot of my time in the store per se.
It's kind of starting to become a trend, I feel like, where a lot of developers, or some developers, maybe not a lot yet, but some developers are getting rid of the loot box mechanic in favor of, like, you can now pursue this exact thing that you want. Like, it's not going to be a randomized thing. Instead, it's not like, all right, get 10 kills in the shooter to get a loot box. It's get 10 kills in the shooter and you'll get this skin. And even like other games like Overwatch, for example, like, yeah, there's loot boxes constantly, but if you just get a lot of duplicates, you can buy the exact thing you want with the coins that you get from those duplicates.
Should we go into you want to stick around here, or should we go into the Face of the Franchise?
Let's check out Face of the Franchise. We got about 30 minutes left.
Great.
You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh.
But you left the team.
Are you ready
I'll
to
be
dance
back.
yet, Shea?
What?
Are you ready to dance yet?
I did.
All right.
The quarter time show. Third quarter time show.
Yeah.
Overtime? You gonna wait till overtime?
What kind of halftime shows a man bopping left to right in his seat, Shea?
Hey, man.
So this is.
Put it all on the line for
It's
you.
like the kiss cam when they accidentally point at the guy sitting by himself.
Or
He
by
just
his,
kind of
like-
has to move, please.
We had that. So I was on a cruise. It's not just real quick tangent. I was on a cruise earlier this year, and they had like a kiss cam going around, and it went on this. It kept going on the same couple, and they're like, "It's my sister." They eventually had to yell that out.
She will scribble it down on a makeshift sign. Maybe they did know that. Maybe they're just
That's what
really
they're
keen
into.
to see if they would do
Yeah,
it.
We're in like neutral waters, like whatever. We know.
So this again, this is QB1 Face the Franchise. So you can go into the normal franchise mode and play like a running back, or play player lock to other position like you have been in previous years. But this is specifically a story/career mode, specifically around a QB. So
This is your created character.
This is my created character. You can do all the equipment. You can't do tattoos, but you can do a face. There's sliders for the face.
No
So
tattoos. What kind of game is this?
It's not a 2019 NFL game. That's not keeping up with the league in that sense. But you go through the college. You go through some story stuff. And then, unfortunately, I was drafted by the Dolphins. Now, I think it does. See, when it's player locked, obviously, it just shows me, dude, I did throw that pass, but obviously, let's say if I was going to go into a run play here, I'm just going to hand the ball off. So it will design it towards making you the starter for teams that's appropriate for. So it's not going to make you the starter for the Patriots or something like that. And so that, again, is part of the story. This one's at the beginning of the regular season. And so until now, I've gained XP just by playing, as well as answering some dialogue things, like talking to the coach and stuff like that. And there's a little bit of personality involved, too. Oh, man, I got drilled. A little bit of personality involved as well. Go ahead.
In the career mode, when you're at the phase at the beginning where you're in college,
Yep.
do they make a single reference to your character going to class or taking a test?
That's a given. Of course I've done those
You're
things.
like a notorious bookworm.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Yeah, of course. I am a dedicated student athlete.
Yeah.
who,
Son, you can't spend all your time in the classroom.
That's right.
You got a scholarship to play.
How many colleges can you choose between?
There are 10. There are 10 schools.
Oh, man.
So it's like
Just like real
off
life.
the top of my head, it's like SC, Texas Tech.
Eat your heart out, Fire Emblem. 3 houses.
LSU, Clemson. There's 10 of them. So then you also go through. You'll play in the semis. You'll play in. Thanks for that sweet XP there, Brian. You'll do a playoff game, and then you'll go through like the scouting combine and stuff, and so that'll kind of determine where in the draft you go. My particular guy went the end of the first round. That's I was drafted.
End of the first round. Why are the Dolphins there?
Oh, that's a good point.
Did you put a baseball cap on like you've never seen a baseball cap?
No, but you did hold up the jersey.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Hold up the jersey, yeah.
I do like jerseys.
So, in terms of, XP, and it says, goal complete there at the bottom, there's a lot of, overriding goals for certainly for a career over multiple games, multiple years. Ooh, there you go. There's also, drive to drive, game to game, XP in goals and whatnot. So it's similar to anybody who's played Connected Franchise in the past. It's very similar to the system, the XP systems from previous years.
I knew what I was doing, Kato. Mr. Krabs.
Oh.
So what is that? What does that name mean to you, Kato? Rusty Krabs.
That was I can't remember what year it was, but it was my created NASCAR driver name for whatever a NASCAR game 15 years ago or something like that. And it's a
good name.
Life of its own.
Makes me think of SpongeBob, but whatever.
My other backup is always Chivas Regal for
like fantasy games.
No, maybe like I just switch between the two of them. So.
Sounds like a Skyrim character.
People want to be a pro mode also this year.
Yeah, we can touch on that. I don't know if we'll start that only because the time. By the way, the animation there you see for like the drop or whatever, the bouncy ball physics and whatnot, that is something that's kind of similar to last year. Similar like the what I call like moonball physics for the tips. Sometimes it still kind of does some of that. So for Be a Pro, I can show you the start of it, but I think it's pretty similar to last year. And again, that's one where if you don't want to play the QB1 face of the franchise, you can go and still be a running back, be a wide receiver or whatever through that.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization, general manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well.
Crabs.
And got a nice payoff.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I feel like that was a little bit
rude,
too rough for today's NFL.
Yeah, that's.
How do you like How do you like the raindrops coming on the camera when it goes to like a cinematic camera?
It's interesting.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm glad you think so.
Yeah. Maybe I don't.
Okay.
Do I not like it? I don't know.
I think it's good.
Yeah. Same.
Oh, he wants the sticks back. Go for it.
The only thing I'm going to show you is no.
My work here is done, man.
So if I did R2, then again it shows you it's a pro read, make consecutive passes, 3 of 5 or more to turn on your zone, and you can change those. Here, why don't you give it back to it? There you go.
Oh boy.
You've only got 5 seconds. When
5
we go
seconds,
back
I
to
have
the
no
menu,
idea
I'll
what the
show.
play was. That worked.
Oh, it's against Baltimore though.
Yeah, I told you. Like
Yeah,
I'm a
Baltimore,
Ravens
yeah.
fan,
That's
so
fine.
I did that on
Oh,
purpose.
that's fine.
Sleeper agent.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Need a burp? Need a burp, buddy?
Yeah.
All right. So there we go. Consecutive passes. That's not going to happen. Yeah, here, have it again. Things were going so well until you showed me that menu, Kato. What happened?
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end.
Oh, boy.
They've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away.
Oh, boy.
Why don't we?
I thought my receiver was going to blow past that guy, but I guess the guy kept pace with him.
After this play, why don't we go back and I can show you something in the player menu for just to show you how the mode handles the Superstar and X Factor abilities.
Great.
Nice catch.
Oh, man. Thanks. The computer did it.
Do you
Hey, man, you got him there, you know?
So is there a character creator for Be a Pro mode?
For yes.
Do you think we could show at least that much to see what that much of that mode, I mean?
For Be a Pro, or for you want it for this, the QB1 face the franchise mode?
Wherever you
Are they
can
the
create a
same-
character.
are they
I'm
the same
curious
thing,
to
though?
see it.
That's the thing. I'm not sure if they're the same, but
Let's go to Be a Pro, because I'm
let's go, yeah,
imagining
let's figure
they might
it
have
out.
like more stuff unlocked.
So just really quickly, by the way, if I go into abilities here,
You're like a young Gilbert Gottfried. Very cool.
so
Fanny pack.
this one I've got one X Factor ability, and I haven't unlocked the ability to switch it out yet. This is the one I
Bazooka.
have right now.
That seems
and I will
overpowered.
get these, eventually, and be able to switch between them. And then similarly, but right now, I mean, I've only started the regular season. I've done a couple preseason games, so I'm very early in my career, but I've got 3 of them picked out here, and then out of a total of 5 slots. So I can go in here, and I already can change these out. So if literally this game, from game to game, I want to change them out, mix them and match them, see which ones I use, which ones I like, which ones are useful to me, I can do all that. So if I more of a running QB, and I want to try out that, I can switch that to that one. And same with these ones. I can go and switch these out. And this, again, goes to some of them. It might end up being, depending on, this one's kind of a cool one. Playing at home, you can more easily enter the zone when you're at home. So it's kind of cool. There was another, it's a clutch one I have. There was another one that was clutch where we could do it, this one, clutch. So it's, midway through the 4th quarter, and it's close games. You can also enter the zone more easily. So that's kind of cool.
I'm glad they capitalized zone. It's like Sonic
the
level.
zone.
All right, so you want to see, let's go to
Let's create
Be
a
pro.
player.
Yeah. So now you said zone, I think the lawyers might want to talk to you about your use of that. Not anybody can just use that.
Yeah.
So we're going to franchise.
So you want to make like a little tiny monster? Is that what you're going to try to do here?
Yeah.
We'll see if I can't remember if there's a randomizer or not, but we'll see if
Select
can
the team
gift
you
us
want to
with,
join. Start your season with
There he is,
recommended
Griffin
settings if
Murray.
you wish to change
Is that
roles
right?
or adjust
Murphy.
Oh, see, they changed the model. This looks like more like a Jean-Claude Van Damme kind of bit, but
Little
it's
bit.
a different model than the traditional one with the glasses and stuff like that people might recognize. So, so if we go into player, this is the way we can create player. That's an archetype you pick, and obviously this is the same as last year.
All right. Field gen player.
Love it.
Sounds about right.
Classic name.
Okay, so let's just make him the tallest and the fattest.
Oldest.
I like the idea of a tiny little guy.
Oh, okay. Well, let's
Just
put the slider
we can
all the way
we
up.
can do the weight
Yeah.
up, and we can still do the height down.
right.
Height down, weight up.
Oh, was it 5'8"? Was that the lowest one it did?
Oh my God,
Oh, 5'5".
a
Oh.
giant. Not
Aw.
anymore. Wait, go. How high can the weight go on a
Yeah.
QB?
That's a lot of distance on that.
Oh man, yeah, it picks up speed.
Look at that cute
Four-
little guy.
If he's not clipping through himself, you're not doing it right.
A 400-pound
Uh-huh.
qu-
How old
quarterback.
can he be?
83 years old.
There we go.
40.
Ancient.
A lot of experience.
So wait, that means you couldn't create Tom Brady, right? Because
No, that's true. He's
Tom Brady's
41.
like
or
41.
Just 42.
41
Well,
or
you're also
42.
starting as a
42.
as a college student, right? In this mode.
No, this is the Be a Pro for the franchise.
sorry.
I can go show you the other one. Actually, I
That's
think
fine.
I think that's going to be a little bit more interesting.
Is that what you call my haircut? Afro mohawk?
That's one of the things. Depends on if you're
wait.
standing there or not.
No.
There was a groin size slider we missed.
Yeah. What are you doing leaving?
Let's go out. I think the QB1 has a little bit more options for actual sliders. I think some of the more traditional ones, which is a little more interesting.
Number of arms.
Accessories, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Got to put a
Touchdown dances.
headband or a
Guitar on your back.
Oh, look at the cutscene.
All right. Can we,
I want you
can we
to be
get
our
through
starting
this one?
quarterback.
Oh, I don't know if we can
And I'm talking
cut
from
through
day
that.
one. If you work hard, be focused, and you commit,
Oh, this is just like real life when the
Yeah,
recruiter is talking to
just
you.
talking. This
Like, yeah,
authority
yes, I'm the
figures
best.
just talking at you, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
All right.
No
Do you want to go
time.
back to? You want to go back?
Let's
to
go
that
back
Peter
to. I mean, we have 15 minutes, so we can do whatever we want.
I don't know, whatever we want. I mean,
Do anything our heart
that's
desires.
on you. So you want to go back to that one then?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go make a weirdo.
Roger Rabbit says, at Game Informer, bring back NFL 2K.
All right.
On
What
it.
about any other calls
That's
for
what
college
we're
football?
here for.
Any other calls for college football? by
Yeah,
any
I would
chance?
rather have college football come back than NFL 2K, to be quite frank.
No, I'd go for 2K. coming
Okay.
back. I mean, I'm
I don't
not
know,
a super college guy. No
I mean, we
offense
had
to college
2K8
game,
come out,
but-
and it was just like, oh, the game of football has left them behind at this point.
Wish to change roles or adjust options. Use the tiles on the left.
Oops.
Can you create an owner? Let's create an owner. That sounds more interesting. I think you can.
Yeah.
Well, no, but you don't have like the equipment and stuff.
That's true,
for
that's
the
true.
owner. They're all wearing suits and stuff.
You can choose their outfit.
Let's
GPS,
All
he's
right,
never
fine.
lost.
Here you go. Here you
go.
go.
All right, man. Okay, so let's get over here. We want a tiny guy. Very skinny.
Anything
Soul
else?
shrimp.
You know what we have? We said we have like 15 minutes left. Anything else from the chat?
Very skinny and very old.
Yeah, let's know any lingering questions you got. The least you can possibly weigh in the NFL is 160.
Apparently.
Interesting.
Now let's just turn all the modifiers all the way up, even though he's a
I wish it was I wish it was a randomizer. That's always
Yeah.
the best one. I mean, just to
Oh wait, let's.
really let the freak flag fly. You know?
This should start with like a cinematic, like in Skate, where you get in a car crash and you're like, "Oh, we got to build you up from the ground up, bro." All right, here you
The
go.
rear size.
I think it should be tiny, but big.
Hank
rear.
Hill.
What is it? Diminished glutes syndrome?
So everything tiny except butt. Is that what
That
we're?
sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that's probably the right
The
call.
butt doesn't really. I mean,
Doesn't
rear
pop?
Yeah. Tiny thighs. Wait, what?
Yeah, thick.
So it's just like the
They get
definition, I
bigger
guess.
when.
I think it's the
yeah.
definition. Like they're
Oh yeah.
they're more muscular.
Well,
so
I
they're,
would hope it would be the size.
Yeah, I don't know. Calf size.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Totally important question. I wonder what they spent on those skate intros. Those are the best.
They're
Those
great.
things are
They
awesome.
had like, I mean, I couldn't even count the number of skate pros they had in
Yeah,
there.
they were amazing.
Lots of real world
Acne scars.
locations. You know, you got to edit that thing.
A good way to incorporate-
extras. It was
Well
awesome.
shot.
Yeah, I would love those.
I love any game that incorporated
Oh, we gotta give
character
him a scar.
creation. Like there was a really bad TNA wrestling game, and it started with your character just getting the crap beaten out of them. So it was basically a variation of the skate ones, but so they reconstruct your face.
Yeah.
I like
Saints
it.
Row.
Yep. Oh no.
Lucky S has a lingering question. Does the
All right.
game still force turnovers and AI touchdowns certain downs? Sometimes it's so obvious the computer wants to score.
You know,
That looks good.
I haven't come into any situations either way. I mean, I got to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I really don't think that they've really tweaked that a whole lot. But again, I have to play more to see, what kind of situation comes up. I know, like end of the half is one where traditionally you can march down the field. And
Oh,
like, I
man,
know
not
what
a
you
lot
mean
of-
about like the interceptions and stuff like that. I haven't come at anything that goes either
Because
way
that's very
that
far
dispels
apart.
it or that ultimately proves it.
Yeah.
My guess though, it's probably not something that they've changed a whole lot.
If they
since
made big
last
changes
year.
to the AI, they would be talking about that.
I think
probably.
they would go and say, "Oh, the community said all this stuff, and we've totally, addressed it," and they'd be singing that from the rafters. I think if it was something that they totally
Keep going.
nailed on change. So I'm going to say it's probably the same.
Giant eyes.
But again, we got to play some more. So
Protruding or sunk in.
Stick 'em
Wow.
out.
Sure. Eyebrow style. All right, here
anything
we go.
else? Anything else from the chat?
Yeah, keep them coming. What the hell is sports? Says Linus Lundgren.
Ah, that's a good
I don't
question.
know. I was hoping he would.
It's not NASCAR, I learned.
Brow prominence.
Apparently anybody can do that.
Roman nose.
Yeah.
All right. So in terms of features, we showed just a little bit of QB1. We obviously went to Ultimate Team. In terms of franchise mode, if anybody out there is listening, I've just played a little bit of franchise mode. One of the things that they talk about is the scouting, and I have noticed a little bit of the scouting grades. Like you can
link
scout
ears.
somebody, and I've got a couple guys who I scouted. They had some A grades, but then their actually projected rounds versus where they went was a little different. So I'm wondering. I know they talked a little bit about tweaking some of like the ways you can kind of game the system a little bit in terms of knowing exactly who are the good players who are the good prospects and who weren't. So I think that maybe they've tweaked it a little bit, so maybe it's a little bit more of a guessing game. Not a guessing game, but it takes a little bit more work, so maybe you have to see the combine numbers. Obviously, it's something I'm going to dive into a lot more as I keep playing, but already I've noticed it seems at least that the grades, the scouting grades versus where that player is projected to go in terms of rounds, that might be a little bit more fuzzy this year, which is cool. During the draft itself, I didn't notice really anything that's different. You still can't. There weren't, at least a lot of that I saw, there weren't any AI trades or anything
Mr.
Uh,
like
Incredible.
that. Like we see like in real life, where there's always teams going down and coming up and stuff like that. So there's not going to be a lot different in franchise mode for any franchise mode fans listening out there. I haven't seen a lot just yet. So, and again, like you were saying, Leo, it's not one of the things that they're majorly advertising this year. So there are superstar and X factors in franchise mode, and there is you'll see those guys develop. They'll draft them and they'll develop, and so they'll become superstars with X factors and with those superstar traits. So I mean to say yes, that is absolutely in franchise mode. So that's cool. But some of the other stuff, like I said, like draft and scouting stuff, it's not majorly different.
Joey the Gator wants to know if you can transfer coins from Madden 19 to Madden 20.
Nope. But you will get. I mean, but see, year to year, that's always a thing, right? Because they want you to start over. I mean, it's just true. It's just they want you to start over.
He's so tiny that looks ridiculous.
But you can't transfer the coins, but you'll get a loyalty bonus. So if you played last year's or even some of the previous years, assuming you're using the same save, or I'm sorry, it's reading the save, it's on your box or whatnot, or actually even maybe if you have an Origin login. I'm not sure which one it is, but there are loyalty bonuses if you've played last year.
Yeah, we're really doing it, guys.
We're looking cool and strong.
Team color. I like the team color options. Sleeve temp?
Joey the Gator says that's cool and good about not being able to transfer coins. So taking it
Really? I thought that would have been a bad
with grace.
thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not even. It's like an EA thing. It's just like, I mean, for the sport,
Arm brace.
fantasy, card stuff, it's generally that way because, you're always sort of starting over from year to year. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to put the arm braces on, right? He should have broken arms on both sides.
It would be fun if you could grind in the old one in the lead up to the new one, though.
I mean, people do. Like, there was new content for Mad 19, not long ago. A lot of people stay on, too. I mean, those servers for, let's say, Mad 19, maybe they get shut down in 4 to 5 years or something, but I know that there's people who are still going to grind towards, longer time goals. Anything on the market for, Mad 19, the prices will drop. So if you're really looking for, a car that was really expensive before, a lot of people do the fire sales. So before Mad 20 comes out, they'll just sell their entire collection for Mad 19 at dirt prices for the people who do want to stay around. So a lot of people do that.
I like the way the Nike has its own version. It's either Nike or regular. You're either regular or you're wearing Nike. All right, guys, we're coming to the end here with.
We're really sprinting towards we're really crawling towards the finish line on this one.
Are those casts on your feet?
Yeah, man.
What happened?
All right, Slinger.
By the way, let's end on not end, but here's a
Okay,
fun
guys.
fact towards the end.
All right.
I've heard people in the UK. Oh,
There we
man.
go. I did it.
Greetings, traveler.
Does look like a Fallout or like Outer Worlds style created character.
I hope it starts with you hitting the field and immediately says you were over encumbered.
By your giant pads.
I did use the build
collapse.
with very little inventory space.
Anyway, Kato,
Yes, sir.
fun fact.
Start your week by
The
installing
moment's
game plan.
passed. It's
Oh.
done. It's done.
There we go. Using the phone with the gloves.
Oh, so go into view message from head coach real quick. So this is like a scenario thing. This is a dialogue, obviously option, but it's something they call the scenario engine this year. So like you'll hit XP boost. A lot of times it's also goals where it'll be like, hey, we're going up against, so and so. We're going against Tom Brady this week. Think we can shut him down. And if you, think you can do it, or if like, let's say you hold them to like 0 TDs or something like that, you'll get an XP bonus. So it's a kind of a way. There's also morale things. There'll be like, oh, we want you to take this, young wide receiver, make him part of the team, and then it'll be like a morale boost, things like that. So it's kind of a way to kind of create, for lack of a better term, situations and stuff like that. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how deep that can get.
4 minutes. Let's jump right into a game with this guy.
Wait, that guy's got your number.
Uh-oh. That's your first mission, is to take it back.
Recover your
It's a
stolen
stealth
jersey
mission,
number.
though.
All right, anything else?
Uh-oh. Kato wants to answer your questions.
Oh, there he is. Look at
Oh,
him
boy.
in all his glory.
I wish you could toggle headgear. I want to see this man's face.
Big game on Sunday, guys.
Could you? I guess if it's QB, you don't have the option for the neck roll. They got to give you the old linebacker neck roll.
All right.
So just really quickly, by the way, the QB face of the franchise, as I noticed earlier, the player options, create options for that are a little different. I think it's more face sculpting, stuff like that. So I mean, I know you guys went through the whole thing for franchise, be a pro.
They're just consistently
But,
getting beat.
The QB1 is a little different. That's pretty cool. Again, just not tattoos and whatnot, but you can do your voice. They don't have the real high voice, but they do have 3 voices.
Keith
for you to pick
David?
from.
Remember that from Saints Row?
Mm-hmm.
Could choose. There's like strong male, strong female, high-pitched male, high-pitched female, and then Keith David.
Keith David was your friend in the game.
In one of them, right?
4.
And then like, I thought you could also choose his
Think of
voice.
Nolan North.
It was Nolan
was a
North.
Nolan
Yeah,
North
it was
option.
Nolan North.
Oh, then the zombie. Also.
Yeah, there was a
Right, yeah.
zombie one. God, I got so sick of the voices in Saints Row 4. Every time you jumped, they would like do the voice line. All right, well, let's jump into a game, I guess.
We're gonna end on a load screen, people.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about it. It's just
Them the break.
got a hard out. We lose our electricity at 3:30.
Can't wait for those solid-state hard drives, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. Allegedly.
Wait, are you positing on the end of this live stream that there's a conspiracy of the console manufacturers, that they're actually lying to us?
Hey man, anything could happen.
You should work for the announcing booth here. That's a good line.
All right, let's see this guy in action.
You gotta
Every
scramble.
moment
you
of the
gotta
last-
scramble. You gotta just take that thing and just get ahead of steam with that
The
guy.
last 20 minutes of this stream has led to this moment. Oh boy, he's really doing. Look how little he is.
Tore you in half.
He's a tiny little guy.
So compared
sorry.
to the face of the franchise QB, which you're running around a little bit with, and Baker Mayfield, does he feel? How's
He
he
feels
feel?
a little sluggish.
A little sluggish?
Not gonna lie.
Okay.
It's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
We're going for it again. Believe.
Oh,
I wish like height and weight played into like the physics engine and like
Like you just tumble through the
he
air.
would just go flying if he gets hit. Oh, we went to Florida apparently.
And he's dead.
Oh yeah, he has injured and his career is over.
Expect him to be a starter right away and a future All-Pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along.
All right.
Spin.
I don't think they've picked up on my pattern of I'm just going to run every play. I thought he was going to spank me there.
Field gen player, not great.
No. Most anticipated debut of any player in the NFL. And here we go.
Wait a second. That uniform was purchased in Party City. Who is this guy?
Hey, why am I taking off the field?
It's just got a zipper in the
It's just
back.
a
It's
guy.
a one-piece thing.
I was going to go for it on
His
4th and
daddy's
12.
team on the front.
Here we go, guys. Time to own this career.
Oh,
F player. Yeah, that's accurate.
Kato, are you reviewing this
I am.
next week? That'll be up.
It'll be up when it's up.
Ah,
All right.
The game does come out August 2nd. I can still playing the game, obviously. Just got it the other day, so I hope to get it out, around release. But we're just gonna do it when it's ready.
Oh boy.
right on.
Guys, I'm going to try a classic tactic here. You ready?
own goal.
Here we go. I didn't have time to change to a screen pass, but we're going to try a screen pass without selecting or telling anybody else. Here we go. The old switcheroo.
Help!
It worked! For a gain of 0. And break.
Oh, was it halftime?
No.
Should you maybe dance?
Yeah.
It's the quarter end.
Hey, we
Don't know what to
still
tell
have
you.
more time, right? We have more time, right? Yeah.
If you want.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, as long as Shea's dancing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Come on, it's your song, dude.
It is. This is the song that I say, hey, my
he's-
favorite song.
You heard the man. He says, "Hey, it's his favorite song."
Shea, I will not end this stream until you stand up and do one dance move.
Yep.
Here, Kato.
So this will wind up a victory for the New
Hey,
England
look, it's the
Patriots.
end of the game,
I'll tell you
guys.
what, it has not been with a whole lot of frequency
Oh.
over the last couple of decades or so that teams have come into New England and escaped with a
Waiting.
win.
See,
That's what
you
happened
wanted
here.
contextual awareness with the commentary,
We've seen it so
and look
few
what
times.
happened.
I'm just not seeing any dancing. That's all.
We're seeing the same shot that we were
Yeah.
talking about before.
You know what they're saying? We didn't
Uh,
really lose. Time just ran out on
Trying to
us.
kill time till we forget, Shea, or what's your plan?
Yeah.
here?
Forget what?
Very often.
The
Not even
dancing.
sure how to handle it.
And you
Floss.
see some still
Now.
faces heading for the
I don't even know how to floss. Like I've
Well,
actually
learn
it out.
Learn on the air. Go. We
So-
can pull up a tutorial.
I refuse to floss.
All right, I'll do another dance then.
Yeah, do one of
fine.
the other infinite dance moves there are out there,
Yeah.
Shea.
on EA Sports. For more, check us out.
I'm not ending the stream, dude.
This is a miserable thing that I should have never volunteered to do.
I mean, everybody in the chat, they're all screaming right now
Yeah.
for you to do it, right?
William Garcia says, dance, Shea,
There we go.
dance.
Yeah, how can you resist that?
Look, they want to go home too, Shea. They don't want to watch
Everyone's
this
just
forever.
waiting on me.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Yep,
Here we
they're
go,
playing
ready?
your
Here we
song.
go.
Here's your
This is
song.
my song.
Yep.
Like I said, I mean, I was telling you the other day, this song where the snare happens
Yep.
really fast is my song.
Okay, we won't look if that'll make you.
Everybody watching the stream, close your eyes.
Hey, don't
Also.
look, everybody.
That's right, there we go.
Can't hear you, dude. Just dance.
Dance.
Here we go. Hey! He's dancing.
All right.
There you go. So if anyone
Like
is
a
getting
hostage
married this summer,
situation.
Shea will come over and set your dance floor on fire
Yeah.
with those cool moves.
Shea, we're not getting married till you dance, dude.
You have to do the cha-cha slide.
Every situation in my life is
Yeah.
just a hostage situation until I dance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, God.
Oh, well.
Walking down
It's
the
like
street,
every
it's gonna be
issue
great
meeting
for
we've
you
ever
now.
had.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Other stuff, we got the new episode of the Game Informer show up right now on youtube.com/Game Informer. So why don't you head on over there and watch that? We talk about Blair
Ooh.
Witch and the new Wolfenstein
And again, there's live streams coming up soon here, right?
Tomorrow, right?
tomorrow,
Yeah, what
same
else?
time. Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem.
Catch the
3
excitement.
houses.
3 houses.
Not 2, not 4.
There you go.
Just right.
Hi.
Is that it?
We're waiting for him to dance.
Yeah, did
Wait-
you dance, Shay? I
We're waiting
forgot.
for Shea to dance,
I
right?
didn't see any dancing.
Send help.